energy. All right, so happy to see you all again, and I'm so happy you all look so bright. So for attending and today's events. All right, so now we'll shake off our body a bit though. But before we shake off our body, let me just give you one tips that you need. There are two. I don't know if you know. There are two kinds of mind. So there's one second mind I need you to use to complete today. So we have the first mind called the rational mind, which is more of a thinking mind. And then we have the second one, which is more of an emotional mind. Now, do you know why I'm giving you these two minds? Today is the last day. You don't want to leave here and not have something going out. So we usually work with the emotional mind. Do you know why? The emotional mind keeps memory, updates you. Okay, yeah, sure. Thank you so much. Sorry for that break. So I was just giving you a tip. So we have two kinds of mind, like I said. So we have the thinking one and the emotional one. The reason why I want you to work with the emotional one is because it stores, it memorizes, and then it updates you when it's needed. You might walk out of this place thinking you will not grab anything, but when the time comes, you remember that you have thought this, and that mind that gives you that remembrance is called the emotional mind. So you need to work with your emotional mind. The thinking mind is good, you think on your feet immediately, but the emotional mind comes in very handy when you are out of this place and there's a need for you to demonstrate that you learned something, then your emotional mind will come and play. All right, thank you so much. So now, I don't need hold set. We are going to shake our body. If you notice, I wore slippers for a purpose, and these slippers cannot go in vain. So we'll all get up. The DJ will do something for us by playing a small music. So I will come in groups, maybe, I don't know, I'm trying to think of how, whoop. You will dance, so if you don't know. These slippers cannot go in vain, so we would move our body to shake it up. So DJ will play. I will give you the step. Don't worry, I'm not going to give you the difficult step. I'm going to give you the type that you just move your body. Shall you move your body? That's all. So when it's time to DJ, I'll let you know when it's time. So I'll be calling up the first set of people in front. You will come. So the whole place is not crowded. So the first set of people in front will come, and then I'll be the one to direct the step. When it's time for DJ will do the work. So I'm starting from my left, number one. I always know you. Don't worry, I know your number. Table number one, so you just come out and line up. And then, so just the first table, and we all need to come out. Then the second table will come after the first is done. Alright? So please, let's do some movements and some collaboration. So, first table, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So please, I need people to come out, all of you. So move our body. This is our slippers to no waste. This is our slippers to no waste through. Okay, so to make it more fun, so this table is on the table. 8, 9. So you're coming onto this other side, and then so I'll just be somewhere in there. So it's your cooperation as well. So please, so you just really move your body. I'm sure some people had short cycles. So just let's just move our body down. Or gonna be fine. It's just a simple move, dribble out and down. So we just follow the step. So you arrange yourself. I don't know how you when you came down dance, good. Exactly. No, exactly. So can you see the winner is already there? Well, I called it first. The first shall be the last. Can you imagine? They already arranged themselves before yourself. Whoa. Hold on, no. There's something music out. This dance must hold. So don't worry. It must hold. So DJ, play us the music, it doesn't matter. Sorry, now I'm not picking you. Sorry, just a second. Some of the sides sounding with siren, so we know how serious this song is. So this is it. You're not allowed to dance. I cannot move your body more than myself. So every step I take, you take. You can add charity in the points. You must put it together. If you dance not for me and I sit one loud.
energy today because you'll be doing some activity. Energy number 2. It's like a repetition of the whole step again, but let's do the second and then we'll go back. I need energy. All right, second song. DJ, play the music. I see me. I'm not promoting the song, but we must dance. Woman of power, not everybody. Money don't like woman, woman don't like woman. She don't be like water. Woman of so much. You are all the invitations for you. Thank you so much. You're all winners. It was just a way of moving your body and making sure that. So while we still wait for the first speaker, there are some teaser games. I'm gonna do. Hold on a second. So I asked a few questions and then tell me. So it's more like a brain teaser, but just a second. Do hold on. We're waiting for the first speaker, so while we're waiting for that. the brain teaser. So you listen carefully. You need to listen carefully. So when I ask, it's more like a puzzle or but brain teaser. So now, a woman shoots her husband. You tell me the answer is. A woman shoots her husband. Then she holds him under water. But 5 minutes later, they both go out together and enjoy a wonderful dinner together. How can this be? A woman shoots her husband. The shoot is SHOOTS. Then she holds him under water for over 5 minutes. Finally, she hangs him, but 5 minutes later, they both go out together and enjoy a wonderful dinner together. How can this be? What do you think the answer is? When someone has to get up and say something, I will give you my so that if you move on me, I catch you. So, who is going to pick it first?
The woman is a photographer.
Carry on.
So she basically took the pictures of the husband and
give her a round of applause. That is the answer. Thank you very much. Now the second question. Can you hear me? Don't be scared. It's not too hard. I am taken from a mine. The mine is MINE. Let me repeat again. I am taken from a mine and shoot up in a wooden case, from which I am never released, and yet I am used by almost everybody. What am I? Should I repeat the question again? Good. I am taken from mine, MINE, and shoot up in a wooden case, from which I am never released, and yet I am used by almost everybody. What am I? Go. Oh, I've seen a lot of hands this time. Sorry, just a second.
no, that's the wrong one.
Oh, right. Give her a round of applause. She said pencil lead. So the mouth of the pencil, that's what she means. Or the head of the pencil. And then the third one is turn me on my side and I am everything. Cut me in half and I am nothing. So what am I? Should I repeat the question again? So turn me on my side and I am everything. Cut me in half and I am nothing. So what am I? This was amazing. What's going on here? This is the easiest one. Anyone wants to try? Should I repeat the question one more time? Turn me on my side and I am everything. Turn me in half and I'm nothing. So what am I? Going, gone. So the answer is number 8. To turn number 8 upside down is still number 8. But if you cut number 8, it's nothing. So that's what the answer is. No, it won't give you a proper 0. It will give you a very shapeless 0, so it's nothing actually. So and then the last one before we call it over. Now, no matter how little or how much you use me, you change me every month. What am I? Should I repeat the question again? No matter how little or how much you use me, you change me every month. What am I? If you don't get this answer, all of you will. You are changing this every day. You don't know it. I mean, working with it. Just think about it. Just think. Who said so? Wonderful, that's the correct answer. That's what it is. Thank you so much. So let's give a round of applause for yourself. Oh, it's so well. Thank you so
So now we'll be calling our next speaker. So we'll be calling our next speaker, and she will be no other person. Just a second. Dan Ibrahim. So give a round of applause. Yes, so she'll be coming to take us on becoming a skilled software therapist. Please pay attention. Emotional mind. Thank you so much.
Alright, so this is not my first time in front. This will definitely not be the last time I'll be standing here in front. Alright, so I won't start on 10 minutes, so don't worry. Alright, so this one I'll just be walking through how to switch into software testing and pitch yourself excellently without having an IT background. Probably in the course of this presentation, I'll mention some of the minds that most people have as regards tech careers, right? So again, I'll say welcome on board. You're involved, right? So you're just taking like a step to know what software testing is all about. Alright, so quick one is to filter people in the room before you continue, so you can know if you need to leave the room or you need to stay. But don't be scared. So if you're in the right place, if you do not have any IT background, either in education or probably your work, or you have interest to dive into tech, possibly you have been confused or which tech career to focus on. I think I was asking, I used that as an example yesterday. She wants to do tech, AI, she wants to do graphics, she wants to do development. So you are also in the right room if you are just hearing about software testing for the first time, let's say from yesterday to now. And you have heard about it before, but you don't know how much about it. You have also heard much about it, but you don't even know how to start and grow. You are also in the right room if you have been doing personal studies about software testing before now, but you don't even know how to land a job, because some people, when you can read some courses online, the next thing is you want to have a job. Alright, so you're also in the right room if you are presently working in a non-tech roles. When I say non-tech role, probably you're working like of course, customer service is also a tech role, right? But not so much of a tech, but it's technical customer support as well. So probably you're working in a banker or stuff like that. You're also in the right room if you're tired of working in a field that you have that is non-tech and you want to switch to the tech world without necessarily needing to write code. You are also looking to relocate outside of the country, or you are already moving outside of the country. Who knows, after you are going out? But you want to start up a career in tech once you live here. Or you are someone who also wants to work from the comfort of your home. I believe everybody wants to do that actually. You want to work from home remotely and be able to gain a good pay. You cannot stay through to the end of this program. If you cannot stay through for 30 minutes to concentrate with me, I'm always giving you very factual details, right? You have issues with attention. You cannot pay 10 minutes straight attention to me here now with this presentation. You should know you have to work on your attention span. If also all you have to do is to listen to what I've said, and when I have to make a career switch, you are thinking about how many shawarma you can eat inside that money instead of using the money to make a career switch. If you know you are not also ready to make a career switch, then you are not going to be in the room. If you are ready already a professional tester, then this is not you yet. What I promise to do is I'm going to deliver as much as possible for you within a couple of minutes. I will speak based on personal life scenarios, and everything I teach are things I've practicalized it with over 400 aside myself. And everything I'm telling you to do works. That's just something. Theoretical is not what you can read online. That's the material online. The things that actually works. So I need you to pay attention. In return, all I need you to do is to open your mind for new information. Take plenty of notes. Be present and pay attention to details. You know there's the two different things that we are physically and you are present. You know there are two different things, right? You can be here, your mind is not here. So be here, be present, and pay attention. All I don't need for you to do in return is to devote your full attention, get inspired. If you need to silence your device, please do so. If you need to switch off your line, please do so. Anything that you do to distract you, please take it off. Just take it as your personal time. So I'm expecting you to have enough questions to ask me at the end of this session. If you don't ask me a question, because I will intentionally not make clarity in some things I'm saying, just so that you can ask me questions. So if you do not ask me a question, I believe you do not pay attention enough. Then I'll just go with my answers. Now, I'm talking about three major things. One, the 4 mistakes people without an IT background make when you want to switch to a tech role and how you can avoid it. Second is there is a 90 days framework on how to switch to software testing from a non-tech role into a tech role, even without an IT background. And the third thing is how you can even create time during the week if you're having a 9-to-5 job. So some of you feel like, I'm already working in a job, I'm working 9 to 5, I don't have time to learn. You know, I need to learn before you can make a career switch. So how are you going to do that? Alright, so at the end of the film, I will introduce you to this. So this was me probably last year, right? And I was walking you through a personal stories here. I used to work in a factory as a customer, and of course, you know Nigerian companies now. When you go and work as a customer service personnel, you work there as a receptionist. That's where I worked from 8 a.m. in the morning to 6 p.m. And on some days, I pick up shift work. And I work on weekends. And of course, you know that this is in Lagos, right? So you have to do that Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. And I did that for 2 years. So when I say I pick up shift, I do my shift I do during the day 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Pick up my shift work 10 p.m. Close by 4 a.m. in the morning. Go back home to rest. Come back by 8 a.m. and I continue like that. The clock service. I did that for 2 years. But however, despite the toxicity or how time demanding that job was, I was able to make a career switch into testing. So I switched into testing even if I didn't even know. I didn't have an idea of what the tech world was like. In fact, testing was not even a thing, right? Because how many people knows what software testing was as of then? Now, I have been teaching exclusively on how to switch to software testing and help people to now gain their career after I practicalized this for myself. I saw that it works. Then I implemented it on people. I saw that it works. And I've been doing that for 3 years now. I'm counting. So this is 2017. As of that time, probably I had my HND. I mean, you have distinction in HND. And it's a very big journey. So it's a 3 years difference, 2017 to 2020. It's a 3 years difference, but there's a big, massive difference between them. Why? Because as of this 2017, all I had was a distinction in computer science. That's all. So I went for my NYSC and it was sent to a company. So the man asked me, so what can you do? I said, I'm a graduate of computer science. I have distinction. The man said, okay, so what can you do? I said, I can do computer science. So the truth is that, do not laugh because actually this is what most of you say if you go out there. Exactly as in school. If I'm going to ask most of you in school now, that what can you do? Possibly you tell me you can do Excel. You can say that's for those that even like being curious enough in what they are doing. They have gone out to learn Excel, okay, HTML, CSS, this sort of JavaScript. That's if they do that. That's very little, right? What some undergraduates would have done. But finally, if there's someone like me who just wants to go and do exam and pass and have first class, all we know was inside that book that we are writing in the exam and collecting extractions. So I told him that what I know is computer science. Okay, what can you do in computer science? What can you do? Like practically, what can you do? Then I couldn't say anything. That was what actually turned on me, that I've just wasted years in school. So if you are still in school, this is just a bonus to you that you don't waste it. So every department, you can be in mechanical engineering and be actively involved in what they are doing in the NACO society of your school. Regardless, you can be doing biology and still be active. That's a just fun one day. Anyway, so fast track to that, I did an interview, I did everything. So they enrolled me as an admin, as a copper. You go and buy fuel. When you buy fuel, you buy provision, finish, you clean house, you clean house, finish, you wash plates. You know those, you know, you are not for NYSC. Okay. Go for NYSC in a private organization. And you know the definition of advanced housing. You know, so you do. I did all that. So they got to a stage one day, and they were like, "Okay, I think you can do more. Have you heard anything about web development before?" I said, "I used to write code." So they said, "Okay, just try it." So I learned, and I started practice. So what they did is that they asked me to learn, and I practiced what I've learned. So I did it concurrently. I did on web development, did on product management, did on graphics designing. Of course, I don't know how to provide colors, but I love something beautiful, so I learned it. UI UX with HUBB, short nice. Front end, it was not my thing. Back end, it was headache. I don't want it. Even though I like mathematics, I just don't have time for that. I think I actually went through each phases of those that I had in that company. And after the whole training, 6 months work, learning and go. They said, "So which one do you want to do?" I said, "The truth is none of these things is my own." Because one, I had to look for it, and that is the thing. You will make excuse, you make every possible excuse for what you don't like. First of all, they said do web development, front end. I said, so I started to learn JavaScript. If I go and make a mistake in code, as I'm not doing, okay, do backend. I said PHP, and then you are doing JS. I said, the language is too complex. They said do UI UX. I said HUBB is ancient. I want to go and learn Figma. I want to learn. I said in that I want to learn for over 3 months. I did not to learn anything. They said product management. I said I cannot talk too much. So I cannot be managing developers up and down. I don't like headache. In fact, just make me see you so that when you do nonsense, I sack you. That's one I want to do. You know, so I gave an excuse for that as well. So I didn't do that. Which one did they give me? Android development. I did one mobile app, one calculator like that. After I did that load, I developed a calculator. After the calculator I developed, I said, "Chai." Then they now said that it's not only Java you use, you can use Swift, you can use. I said, for one thing, no, I'm not doing that. So I gave them all the excuse. And then I went back to my admin job. I mean, that was very simple, easy to do. It's not just go and buy food. I'm going to put oil in the generator. That will be working on. I can put that effortlessly. Then they had a very tight deadline in the company, and they said, oh, they needed someone to help them assist with the testing. They had just only 2 testers then, and one of them was you. So they said, oh, just look at this application and just find if there's any bug. We have tested it to everything's fine. Just look if there's any other. That was the day I know my calling. By the time I was done, in just that 30 minutes, I pointed at more than 115 issues. The man said you cannot be, but you can destroy. So I pointed out in fact, to the command that they did not put very well, I spotted it. The man said, you have a career path. He said, have you heard of testing before? I said, you want for soon. Finish it. Are you done? Give me. When they give me, I'll now sit down and bring out books. I'll bring out books to a point that they will now say, so what do you think now with this book you have brought out? What do you think? I said they should not go anywhere. They should scatter the app and package it. And the truth is that the man so believed me because he felt I was very innocent and whatever I'm saying is just the truth of what any user out there will say. So the man would say they should scatter it and restart. Everybody in the office hates me that they used to hate me. They said it's too big. I will develop finish now. She will tell them that they should scatter it. So they used to send me outside. They will lock the door when they are planning. I will now be like, if you lock me outside now, you finish the app. Who will view it? That made me very proud. That's when I started realizing the power that I had. So at the end of the day, you lock me outside. Of course, I mean, it's joke, right? We are all playing and all. They will lock me outside. They say they're also going to do their thing privately so that we don't know what they are doing and all. So they will lock me outside. They will go and do their music. They will develop the app. They will test it. They will do everything. And you will not say, we are done. Go and look for book. You will not see anything. I will not look at it. Well, I will finish it. Even the one that I know is not critical, I'll tell them that I will let them know why the bug is critical and it has to be fixed. You know, I now became something very powerful. Then I started realizing that, oh, so work and actual. Now, the whole thing was very interesting and was fun to me, right? I didn't take it as something until when the bug went live. It was an advertising product. And what we meant to do was that when a particular company had finished running for, okay, so you know when you watch your YouTube, and when you play a movie, it will fall forward to some advert for some seconds before you can be able to click on next. Now, that thing is a whole project. That advert that it will now show you, you can play this video after 5 seconds. That thing is a whole project. That was something like what that project was. So the advert was meant to run a particular. So they're running the advert. If you are under 18, who knows your age? So if you are under 18, there's a kind of advert that they show to you. If you are over 30 plus, there's the kind of advert you are meant to show. So imagine you now you took an advert that is meant for sex education to students who are under age of 13 in what do they call all those? I know it's father that they call those men that used to marry. Those sisters, right? Reverend sisters. You now carry sex education to those reverend sisters to go and display. Then it became the problem. When they came back to us, this product is a failure. You cannot pay us. What happened? The advert that they were meant to run, yes, it's actually run around different people at a different time interval. It looks very simple, right? It looks very trivial, like nothing big deal. But that thing actually made us lose over 700 million because the clients refused to balance up because of that mistake. So I said, oh, so this thing is a serious thing, no? It's not just to look for bulk. So it's a career. Then I started reading about it. As of this 2017, I'm already like starting new testing careers of them. Then I continued that. Continue doing that, finished it, keep on growing the career until I moved back to Lagos. When I moved to Lagos, you know, see, Lagos is another world of its own. If you have stayed in Ibadan all your life, and I now moved to Lagos to go and work, just humble yourself. Get a remote job and be living in Ibadan. Because depression will not pursue you, will pursue depression. And you will beat it. So I did it, and then I came back. 2019, I came back to Ibadan. Now, the truth is that after making that career switch, my own life and career really switched. Why? Because I was able to now work from my home. When I say good salary, a lot of people will be like, when I say good salary, what does good salary mean to you? Because good salary can vary, right? What does good salary mean to you? So if I give 500K, is that a good salary? No, I'm saying right now, to you as a person, if a company gives you a salary, if you want to call it a good salary, like how much would it be? It might be low. Hello, we are here together. So don't, it might be low. It doesn't mean anything, right? Just, I don't want to get random data. Like how much? How much is your salary? So that's a reasonable figure. The reason I'm saying that is because you know that there's no company who pay you 1 million naira just sitting here right now. No, I'm asking that right now as a person. Yeah. So the next one, and the truth is that yes, 200 is a good salary if you are here. Even if you're in Lagos, before you see company pay 200, it's a whole lot. So yeah, 200k is a good salary. Now that is the wrong mindset. That is the wrong. Now what company takes you as okay. First thing is that you need an IT background. I'm very sure that most people, if not now, most people have all that written off. If I don't have an IT background, I'm not going to work. If you have not, if you must have quality before you get information and say, oh, I don't need it. You also have that mindset of you need to code. Coding is hard. You need to have a sophisticated laptop. Some people even need to get. I know of a guy who said he needs to get a Mac before he can start coding. And I started coding with paper and pen. I don't know why you need to get a Mac before you can start. You can, and you also have a mindset of you cannot learn something new, or you are too old, or you are too small. The money is too much to learn. When it reduces later, I will start. But the truth is that everything here is a bit, right? It's wrong. Opposite of everything is what is possible. You won't even need to leave your current job. And the truth is that if you don't pick up a career, if you don't make a career switch right now, you will end up at the same spot you think you will not end up. If not you, at least if you know of some uncles in your family that you feel like, oh, they would have become, they would have done much way better if they had been more proactive with themselves. So in your mind, I'm going to be better than them. Me that I used to go everywhere, I used to all the event. But you'll be shocked that you're back to the same sport if you don't take an action. And you start now getting jealous of people that now make that career switch. Silently in your heart, you start being jealous. And then that whole life trend will continue. It's an investment with the highest return without any risk. The truth is that you have the power to write your story. You stop being scared of no job. So there are jobs. I'm always saying it. In fact, that's like one of my popular lines. You are the skillless person. I don't know if it's one like that. But you are the one that don't have a skill, but there is job. So don't say there's no job in Nigeria. Don't say there's no job in Africa. Don't say there's no job. If there's no job in Nigeria, is there no job in this world? So you are the one that don't have the skill. There is job. Like there is job. You are the one that don't have the skill. So if I say we want to employ you, what skill do you have? Some people write, I see series at times, I cannot even pin out what exactly you are doing. If I have 2 years experience, I will see 8 pages of speech. 8 pages, but they don't have up to 1 year experience. And the truth is that, except you want to choose not to work again, if you have the right skill, you can never be jobless. Except you do not want to work. Because the skills are there. All you don't need to do is, you just need to prove yourself to any companies out there that you can do what they want. There are companies that need experts. You are here, you say you need a job. So what's the difference between, what's the gap between the two of them? It's just the skill. If you have the skill, they have the money to pay you. Someone told me that there's no Nigerian company that can pay you 1 million, and that's a lie. That's a plain lie. Nigerian companies can actually pay you 1 million naira if you ask you. We have people earning over 2 million naira a month. What's the difference between them and you? They have the skill. So if you already know that the skill is your So if you already know that skill is your power, why not earn it? So this is a testimony from one of my previous graduates who also came into the training. Funny thing is that she was from UI as well. Okay. I think you should come up. Where is our... Okay, let's go down for it. It's come up. Alright, let me just continue. Alright, so I have it, but you already have it in your manual. If you check the group, the manual sent to you, see the testimony there. How she got a job immediately after she finished training with Testify. Now the truth is that she's a mechanical engineering student from UI. And you're now wondering, so how did she now dive into this? That's because regardless of whatever you studied in school, you can literally switch to any career if you choose to. The second mistake we make is no career map. I think I mentioned it briefly yesterday. That's the second mistake you make. So you are a non-tech person and you want to switch to a career in tech and you do not even have a map of how you want to go. So you just wake up there. I think it's graphically become rich. Which they used to use for graphics. Correct drawing. Okay. Now sit down on YouTube and start watching correct drawing. You want that correct drawing, but you do not from now till wow. Alright, so you don't have a career map. You just go to study tools that you know that you need no guide, no mentorship, nothing. You are coming from a teacher, becoming a teacher before, and then you want to become a software developer expert. There should be a map that has A to Z. You can't just jump and say code. No, there are some detoxification you need to do. Because fine, as a teacher, you are used to teaching everybody A for apple. The truth is that here you're not teaching anybody, right? In fact, you're talking less because you need to think more. Your work as an engineer is more of thinking and you're talking. So if you're a talkative career, you need to sit down and be sure you want to do it. Because you need to be thinking more than you talk. Now, when you say that the developer work is very taxing, it's not because what they're going to be coding in 4 hours. No. If they're spending 100 hours in a day, 60 to 70 hours go into thorough thinking and problem analysis. To implement the solution is not a problem. Once you know what you want to do. But knowing what you want to do is a major thing. So you need to have a career map. Know what and what you need to do from this point to get to the middle point and then take you to the last point that you are going to. So you just don't jump. If not, you just realize that today you are doing front end. Tomorrow you realize that you're doing back end. They say that, oh, they are doing a free course there for graphics. You run there. They are doing another course there for free in project management. You run there. Why? Because you don't know where you are going to. You don't have a map. You don't know where you need to be part time. So for a year, for example, for me as a person, I'm still growing in my career, right? And I know that, okay, by July next year, these are the things I need to have known in my skill for me to be able to skill up, for me to be able to demand some kind of payment or anything that you want. There are some things you need to know. So you need to skill up, literally. So you can't just wake up and say, I just find interest in this thing and I just want to do it. If interest is all it takes, then anything can work. When this training, I mean, what you're doing this time around is right? By the time you start getting to the very difficult part, you run away. Because all what brought you in was just your interest. You didn't have passion for what you were doing. And you're not ready to be consistent with it to the end. So when there is any small issue, you run away. And the truth is that there are a lot of issues on the way. So you need to have a career map, know where you want to be part-time, and stick to it. That's the way career map. You want to do everything. You believe that playing roads leads to more results. I know the truth. There is this everybody that says on a watcher. So in your mind, you feel like you are doing graphics, you are doing front end, you are doing back end, you are doing testing. You become an expert in this one, expert in this one, expert in this one, expert in this one. You just be hitting 1 million, 1 million, 1 million, 1 million. You have become rich. Before you hit 1 million in one particular field, it means that you spend years to thoroughly dig in and understand and take ownership and master your skill at that field. So how do you want to keep mastering your field, mastering your skill in one field, and also want to be mastering your skill in another field? They all look like they are together, but everybody has their part. Every career has its own part, but they are all working together. You want to do plenty to gain plenty money, and you can become an IT expert all. That's a very wrong mindset. So you need to have a career map. Choose one and master it. You can't be all. You can't be all. You can't be master of all. So just choose one career. See, even if it's just so let me use testing as an example. Even if it is functional testing that you want to focus on and you want to be expert in it, even if it's performance testing you want to focus on and be an expert in it, even if it's security testing you want to focus on, just pick one thing and master it to core. You will still earn your money in it. You don't have to do everything before you earn. No. What you need is not plenty. What you need is mastery. Not plenty. You just need mastery. So what is that thing that you have mastered? So that's the difference between a makeup artist that is a beginner versus an expert. An expert can literally ask you conveniently, ask you to bring 1 million, even though you don't bring 1 million. An expert can literally ask you to pay 1 million naira, right? For them to make up for you. A beginner, not even have mind, they even ask 50K. Why? Because someone has had a mastery, someone has had the experience that they have. So please choose one and master it. With mastery comes the millions that you need. So this is a testimony from another person who also chose to switch to software testing. He used to be a solar installer and eventually did the program. And then he finished the program, he switched to software testing. So now he's also working from his house and he's doing well. So his own transformation was quite massive to me, and I had to use him here because when he was doing his solar installer, he was getting 30K in a month. And then he switched to software testing. While he's working remotely, and he's now hitting like 50K in a month within a year range. So you can calculate how much would that be. Again, just pick one thing and master it. Alright, the third mistake is you don't have in-depth knowledge of the skills. The how and the 4 W's. So the like, why are you doing it? Why do you want to do this skill? Where should you learn it? When should you start it? Right? And how should you go about it? So you need to have in-depth. You don't also learn on the surface. You cannot finish this program now. Then go to LinkedIn and go and put certified software engineer from Hunt to Bootcamp. You are not close to start. Not up of certified. What you are doing now is a beginner, right? Which is like it's not a beginner, it's an introduction. It's by the time you are built on it, you have taken something more advanced that you can now say, oh, you are a beginner. You can start looking for internship, you can now start looking for junior opportunity roles. You cannot say what you have learned. And none of people do it. You can design something small with Canva. You know that I'm a professional graphics expert. And then I want you to do something design for me. And then you start combining colors. And I'll be asking, is this for masquerade or for me? So don't rush. See, there's still enough time. There's still enough time. Most of our came to speak yesterday. We have people of 5 years experience, 10 years experience. They did not get, it's not by the mouth, 10 years by mouth. So you know how many things or how many failures or how many mistakes they have made in the course of the 10 years. How many wins have they made in the course of that So it's a whole lot of consistency. So look at how long it will take you to get there. You don't need to rush. Just take your step, just one step at it. And the truth is that for every step, there is a winning and there is a compensation for it. So you don't have to rush. You want to get to, let me use the Mitope today. You want to get to the Mitope shoes today, and you are just wearing slippers, but you want to start wearing heels tomorrow morning. Calm down now. Even people say they need to crawl before they start walking. So just take your time and have in-depth knowledge of that field. Don't just learn this now and then go and start looking for jobs. Go and put it on your CV. I've learned test case, I can write test case, I write test case for Junior. God will not help you. Go and interview with Junior. Junior will not ask, when did we give you job? That you interview. That you write test case, right? So pay attention and take time to study. I feel most issue we have these days is that people don't take time to dig deep and understand to the core, like thoroughly. Don't just lay at the surface. Yeah, just ready to. What is software testing? Okay, I know what software testing is. I've seen how testing. They do this in an Excel. They can paint this color yellow and green. That's what you have done, and you want to move like that. No, you need to have in-depth knowledge of that field. So whether it is software testing, whether it is development, anyone that you choose to do, have in-depth understanding of that skill. Take your time, take your money, take your resources, learn in depth. If you tell me that you study any career or any course, because there's a difference between course and you want to start up a career, right? So you're not going to take a course, they are taking a course of that you're starting a career. Your career is your journey, right? The course is just something short that you take to have an understanding of a particular topic. So you don't just take a course and say you have a software testing career. No. So take your time to understand, buy courses, go for paid events and free events, anyone that is applicable, pay for it and participate in it. And learn thoroughly. Very important. So okay, so this is off again. So this is from another person who used to work as a credit officer as well. Then she switched to software testing. So the next one, the last mistake again is wrong community. Now it's in the tech space I mostly see where you want to become a tech expert. But if I look at those you are following on LinkedIn and Instagram, Davido, you are the one that will tell me when you break up with Chioma. You are the first person that will know the person's shoe that did not work well. You cannot be in the wrong community and expect to fly. You want to become a software tester, you should be in communities of testers. There's so many communities of software testers. On LinkedIn, on Slack, on Facebook, so many communities. So you should join the right community. Stop being in the wrong community, because the truth is that you are in the wrong place and you want to get to the right place. Is it possible? It's not possible. You will always be at the right, and you will always be on the wrong spot. Even if you are the right person, as long as you're standing in the wrong position, it will always be the wrong spot. So please, don't make that mistake of being in the wrong community. Alright, so switching in the next 90 days. The basic first steps are: 1, design your software testing career roadmap. 2, develop a professional software testing skill. 3, go pro with your testing skill. And lastly, hit the market reformed and land the job. When I say you should develop a professional testing skills, you need to craft your own vision, understand the roles, and following it to the end. Why is it important? When you have a career map, it helps you to have focus and direction. Now, what happens when you have a career map? You start seeing results. In terms of your growth and ranking achievement, you start seeing your results. Now, why most people don't do it is because they don't understand this as a career. They don't see it as a own job that they want to do somewhere, right? They just see testing as, okay, so maybe we should pause and all right, so most people just see it as, oh, this is just a task that we need to do, right? They don't see it as a career. That's the reason why they don't draw a career map for it. 2, develop a professional software testing skill. Now, this is when you have an in-depth understanding of what software testing is, carefully carrying out the full end-to-end life cycle of software testing. I think I'll walk you guys through the entire life cycle yesterday, talking about what each of the speakers have talked about, the planning, execution, and all. So this is the stage where you have that in-depth understanding of what software testing is. And why is this important? That's the bedrock of your career. If you miss this step of having in-depth understanding of software testing life cycle, having a detailed understanding of it, your career, you are already flopped. I don't know what you are doing career on. This is the benchmark. I have already made a mistake with it. So it is very important. Once you do it, is that you start having access to opportunities. Why most people don't do it is because they don't know it, they don't take it as an action. They don't know it as a full process. Like what most of you did yesterday, is it just the testing that you click? Right? Somebody tell you that testing is just click to see this one. What would you say? It is plenty. Thank you. It is plenty. Now the next thing is for you to go through your testing skills. Yes, you have known how to click 1+1, but the next thing now for you to learn advanced skills. So for a test I mentioned yesterday, advanced skills will now be learning automation. Now, why it's important? The truth is that yes, as a beginner, it's not mandatory, but it helps you to stand out. So imagine we have everybody in this order can do manual testing, but you can do automation. You already stand out because you look like you're already heading towards growth already. So that's very important. Most people don't do it because they think it's very difficult and they cannot learn it. So this is also from someone who has been a manual tester for 5 years and decided to do training. After the training, he was able to do automation and then manage a job because he now has advanced skills. The next one is for you to reform market. Now, if you are looking for a job, your first approach is always to say, submit your CV online. You submit your CV. I don't understand. You don't submit CV. Wait, okay, you are not looking for a job. So you don't submit CV if you are looking for a job. Any of you submit CV now. You don't know what CV is. Okay. Yeah. So, but okay, how many pages of CV do you have? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Anybody else? 2. Okay, so let me just quickly shorten you. Standard requires that if you don't have up to 5 years experience, you should not have more than 2 pages CV. You should not have more than a page CV. Sorry. 5 years experience max, 1 page CV. If you have more than 5 years, then you're entitled to 2 pages. So, whatever you have written, or all the space that you have left, you need to go and sit down. Use tools online. Your CV should not be more than 1 page. Simple and short. You don't have to, in fact, and also, just so you know, you don't need to put that you are the third one in your family on your CV. There's some information that is not relevant to your CV that you need to also go and review. I'm not going to talk about CV today. Anyway, so the first thing is now for you to eat the market before. Now, for you to eat the market before, aside from just sending CVs, you need to make yourself known. What you have done, we need to see it. Because if you are writing tests, for example, I don't know if you have an idea about testing, if I see you. And I cannot come and open your laptop to see it. It is what you talk about that I will know. So let me give you a scenario. One person shouting your name, screaming your name, if you don't answer them, they will die. Right? Telling you that you need to pay attention to them, they need to do this. And then another person comes to you and says, good morning, please can you see me? Which one of them will you answer first? That is exactly the way it is. It is the person that is talking that you pay attention to first. It's the person that you know that you give opportunity. That you say, oh, I heard you talk about that you are looking for a job opportunity, and I see you write about this and this. Okay, there's an opportunity here. Can you really check it out. Unlike you that you're not, when I'm done with those that are screaming, if I can still get you, I'll pay attention. That's just the way it is in the marketplace. There are good jobs out there. It is only those that can make themselves visible that will get the job. They are the smartest one that will get jobs. So if you know a lot of things, so we asked you to tweet about what you were doing yesterday. I think if that was or you write anything, I'll surely see it. I didn't see more than 5. So I believe you have Instagram, you have Twitter. If you don't have Twitter, you have LinkedIn. If you don't have LinkedIn, you have Facebook. And even if you don't have them, you can start having them. Do you understand? So if you don't have all those social media and you want to get a job, where do you want to see a job? On your WhatsApp group. Because any job that they put on your WhatsApp group is just a fraction of other opportunities that are available. If you filter your LinkedIn profile, there's a job section there. If you filter it to the kind of job, to the location you want, you will get opportunities in that particular area. So if you are not on LinkedIn, I don't know what you are doing. You don't have a LinkedIn account. I'm not saying you can open Instagram to be following you. In fact, some of you, if you follow what you are following, you have more than 20 people you are 20,000 people you are following. But you are the one following yourself. Anyway, so just keep the market informed and land the job. Now, what this means is that it means you will not just jump in the market space and expect friends to catch you. You will know how to position yourself and land the dream job that you want. Why is this important? It helps to help you not to commence the journey and, of course, start earning money. What happens when you start doing it? You start being intentional about the kind of companies you apply to and how you apply to them. If you are very fast using LinkedIn, you know LinkedIn easy apply. Like you cannot easy apply style and then you able to apply for the same. Well, you should know better than to look for the companies, then go to their website, go to the career section, read about their requirements very well, and apply appropriately. And you don't just send one CV, generic CV to everybody. The CV is a living document. You need to edit it every time to fit into what you want to apply to. Now, the CV you have that you have created since January last year, it's still what you need to submit to. That's to submit CV. So you should always update your CV based on the requirements of that company that you want to join, that you want to apply. And you need to be very intentional. Alright, so why most people don't do it? They believe it was because all they want to do is to submit CV. They will come in. So what we have learned is that they have made the mistake. The one mistake you should not make. What's the first one? Having the wrong mindset. What's the second one? Third one? Fourth one? Thank you. Please give us a round of applause. Alright, so if you want, so there are 2 ways. Let me read this through. You are here because you want to make a switch to software testing, even without an IT background. You want me to guide you, you are ready to make a change. And everything I've shared with you today is not theory, it's a proven framework. The truth is you have 2 options. You can be like this person. You can do it all alone. Right? You can watch YouTube, you can buy courses on Udemy and you don't finish. You can don't have anybody to guide you or people to direct you. You can just try to do it all alone and build a career. Or you can have another approach where you have detailed lessons, workbooks, support, mentors to guide you, other people that you're going to learn with, and you just have to make your own career choice. So if you are interested to make a career switch into testing, I'll just advise you to go through the website that is the back of your t-shirt and you can also see on your screen, which is testify.com, to make a career switch. Thank you very much.
presentation.
You're welcome.
I must commend you. You are doing a great job. My question is, I just want to know, because it's part of the curiosity
Okay.
that this software testing, what's it all about? All the shouting on LinkedIn and everything. So, I want to ask that, how relevant is ST in the nearest future? Considering the way AI is going, and you hear in the nearest future, artificial intelligence is going to, the way to go, some people will be relieved of their jobs, maybe after this decade, maybe the next one, we don't understand. So how relevant is it?
Okay. So is it for our decade or maybe when they are born? This new set of decades. Okay, so I will need to check my notes, but I know that software testing has been existing since the beginning of computing. Right? So when you mention AI, my first question is, who will test all those AIs? So it's like when I was starting my career, someone told me that there is automation testing now. Since there's automation testing, we will not need you again. And I'm now asking, who will write the automation test? Who will review the automation test? As long as technology keeps evolving, software testing will keep existing.
If I may ask, this no code of a thing that is constant, they used to test no code. They build websites now with no code, could do a lot of things. I have a friend, you should know her. She has a virtual company and she builds virtual with no code.
There is no code does not make it not testable.
Okay, that's the one.
Yeah, there are products that, like WordPress, you don't need to code to develop an application with WordPress, but it still doesn't mean that I have no issues that need to be worked on that project. No. The next aspect.
Thank you for the opportunity. Okay, my question is, what tips or guidelines that you give to positioning, and then creating a roadmap? What are the things that you need to things that key points that you need to take note of before creating a roadmap?
Okay, so for the tips of positioning, the first thing is visibility. That's the first thing I'll mention. Because it is when you become visible to people that people identify for what you are doing. For example, if you are not, I'm very glad everybody in this room, but if you have heard about me at one point or the other, you must have heard about me close to something about software testing or not. Or if you see me write most time, I write mostly about testing, right? That is me positioning myself in the testing field. I won't go and start writing about attribute. It's not in my line. It's not now visibility just, or let me call it personal branding. That's what positioning. Personally brand yourself. So if you position when your name is being recited, right? There is one thing you want them to know when they hear your name, which is what? Now you don't need to answer me. So you don't need to know that. What do you want people to know when they hear your name? What is that thing you want them to know about you? If I put your name on Google, what do you want me to see about you? That is personal branding. That is how you position yourself. Having a brand to yourself. It's not about Testify. It's about me and what I talk about. What I talk about is testing because in my career, right? But I talk about some other things, but they are not that common compared to testing that I talk about. So you need to keep talking about you. So if you cannot speak, you should be able to write. Right? So write about whatever you want people to know about you. Speak about what you want people to know about you. When you do that consistently, the more you are positioning yourself to what you want people to see. So it's a long-term work. It's not what you just do one time and you're positioned. No. Do you get it? So the second is about career map. where you get, where you are, and where you want to get to. So probably before, when you finish your secondary school, you go and teach in a private school. Now you're a student. What do you want to become? So from here that you are, where you want to be, what do you need to do here to get to that point? Do you get it? The third person.
Thank you very much. So my question is, I would like to know if there's a difference between software quality assurance and software testers. That's one. And secondly, I also like to know if it's possible for one as a tester to only focus on one of those stages. Like for you to just be a master of, let's say, test planning only. You don't want to do test closure or something. Like, is there a possibility for you to just be a master of one stage only? And
Okay. So to answer from the back up, it's not possible for you to be focused on just plan. But the whole process, the process is what makes software testing. So it's an entire process. It's not a test plan or a field on its own. It's like what you need to do. So you want to do, you shall know that you need to dress. So you cannot say that you don't want to focus on. You don't want to focus on wearing and high heel, then other one you wear wrap. So it's an entire piece of appearance. To test flying and all is there. So it's not just being like this. So the second thing, I think I answered that question of quality assurance as testing. So I talked about quality assurance of the test while testing itself for products. So there is only a quality assurance and there's only control. So on that quality control, you have software testing. But I'll give you more details about that later. But yeah, there are differences between them. However, not all quality assurance can test, but not all testers are QAs. All right. Thank you so much. Wow. Wait, you see that answers are many more questions. What do you currently do? Passionate.
yes.
Okay. I don't know if you need to think about that personally. So maybe something you can combine together. But you have to look into testing for it and see if it's. I don't know if you were lecturer yesterday and today. And do you see it as something that if you are doing that every day at your place of work, would you still be able to combine it with your fashion job? So remembering that your fashion also is a business on its own, is an entity on its own. So will it be something you are willing to combine? Of course, there are people that does that as well, that have like weekend, they have into photography that they do. During the week, they have their office show that they do. But it's something you have to think about and decide yourself.
Next person.
Do you still have a question? Okay, that's she has asked for everybody. All right, thank you.
Thank you very, very much. Please give let's give a better round of applause. Thank you so much. How to be a skilled tester. That was really needed for. I'm sure if you listen to everything, I think I heard her say, be very intentional. Very, very intentional. And then to also stay relevant. I know you say, this is my business for now. But there'll be a time where you will need it. So do not be running the race, let's be running it together. And then also, I think one beautiful part she said was also creating a roadmap with us, because how do you start if you don't have a map? When you go to any place and you don't know it, in the white man's country, let me be honest with you, you can't go there and ask them, please, sorry, I'm having my access to get exactly her book. So you're trying to go to one of the train stations and say, excuse me, ma'am, how do I get to the train station? And then they will answer you, when you already have arrows showing you left, this one taking you back, and then can you not read? So it's obvious that black men don't read. So you can see the arrows showing you this is the exit, this is the way to the Benton station. I'm just giving you examples. So the map. Then if you don't have it, there's a board where you put it up there with the whole directions. Just go there. That is a map. So I'm trying to apply something. So you need to create a map to make it a lot easier for you. Please just give a round of applause for that. So we're calling the next person. He's going to give us a short presentation on. I don't know what his presentation is actually, but I know he's going to be giving us a short presentation, and it's coming from carbon. When I first heard it, I was thinking what's going on here, but he's going to probably just enlighten us more. His name is Uche from Carbon. Please, can we give him a round of applause as he comes to the chair? Okay, he's still warming up. Just hold it a second. Okay, so just while he's getting ready to come, for that lady who mentioned about fashion, and I know it's a personal question you need to give to yourself, but you can look at it and see if you start off with manual, because manual doesn't require you to do a lot of coding, so that one is just Excel, know how to operate, your fast Excel, because how do you put all those details on that? So you could see a way, maybe you could do those stuff really can, and then to carry on with your passion. So maybe if you're so engrossed and enjoy doing what you're doing, and then you can continue doing automation. But I don't know, you can think about it. So that's basically what it is. That's my suggestion for you. Okay, so it's right. Okay, so we're calling her back again. Today she's gonna talk on the talk. She's talking on behalf, and she's talking on behalf